Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at BMS 2.0 and comparing it to the original BMS and seeing why it's the advantages it has over BMS, like the original one, and how we're using database in that. So here we go.
Okay, so now we're going to be looking at BMS 2.0. So the main difference between BMS and BMS 2.0 is that in the 2.0 version, we have a database. So when we have the original BMS, the one that we made earlier, with that the problem is that whenever we turn it off, then we lose all of the books that we have put in. So if I open this, or so if I close everything for BMS 2.0, and if I go over here to Book Management System and then Main, and if I run Main first, so when I run Main, and then go to Book Management System and open, so then if I enter, for example, a book, I'm just going to give it random names right now. So if I submit this, and then if I submit okay. So now we have these two books. Now if I go over here, so now just to show you, over here if I go to books, and then if I go to query tool, and if I say select everything from books, then you can see that it doesn't have A, B in it. It just has the books from the previous video. So that means it is not connected. So here we have this. Now when I close it, so when I terminate this, so I've finished the process, and now when I rerun it, and if I say rerun it, then now if I say view books, it says no books present. So the main problem is even if we add books, we don't get to keep the books. Next time we open it and run the system, then we don't have any of the books. So that kind of makes it very inefficient, which is why now in BMS 2.0, the main thing is that now what happens, as I showed in the previous video, that we've connected it. We have connected it to database in Postgres, so that now we can at least save all the books that we're putting in. So as you can see, I still have the books from last time over here, even though I obviously closed everything down. But I still have all the books from last time over here. So that's because it was saved into the database. So that's the main reason for BMS 2.0. And the difference, if we look in the code, the main difference, we're not going to go through the whole thing, but here, this list of books, so over here, everything is almost same over here. So we import, and then we have app equal to last name, and then course, CORS, apps. Now, this is same, and then we have import and more stuff from DB to suit the code. And then we have list of books. So everything from this list basically goes away. So what we have been doing is that we have been storing all the books into this list of books. And then the list goes away when you shut it down. So when I close the system and stop the process, then the list disappears. And then it basically leaves us empty-handed and we don't have any of our books anymore. So now what we've done in this new version, in BMS 2.0, is when I run it, stop and rerun, then if I then go here. So the thing is unless I consciously delete the books will not go away, unlike in the old version, in the original BMS. So here, so here we have view books. So here you can see that I already have some books, even though I clearly just ran it. But if I just just to show, if I just add some random books, so let's say A and B, then C and D, submit, and now if I view books, so here we have two new books. Now if I take this away, and if I go over here, so this is the original front end for the original BMS. So if I take this away, then this is the main. So if I stop the process, and then I run it again, Then you can see that I've rerun it. And then if I go back here and open it, then you can see if I press on view books, these books are still here. So that's the new advantage with like BMS 2.0, is that unless I consciously delete the books, they're not going to just disappear, unlike in the original BMS, where like once you close it, then like all the books you've added are gone. So this time it actually saves it, which is the advantage because now we're actually using a database instead. If I go over here and then I run over here, run main, so if I stop and rerun, and then go back over here, so you see we still have these books that we had. So the main advantage with BMS 2.0 is that you can keep the books that like you had earlier. And now we can just like go through the code. So here we have this until here is the same, and we went through DB last time. So here I'm importing exist, insert book, and sort books. And then we have, so this is basically the add book function. And then content is equal to request.json. So A is like the content title and B is the content author. This part is like pretty similar. So we have the strip, and the strip basically removes extra white space and stuff like that. And since we've gone through it, I'm not going to spend so much time here. But this is where the book gets added. Then we have get books. So then we have new list and then convert to JSON list. And here we're basically sorting the books. So when you just get the books, then there's like no need to really sort it. And then we have return new list. After that, we have defined like the function sort. So after that, we have sort by. And if it's author, then you sort it by author. And if it's by title, you sort it by title. And otherwise, just please enter a valid author title if it's like empty. And then return new list. And then we have like convert to JSON list. So we have copy of list and new list. So here we're basically converting it to JSON. And that's basically we have for ID, name, author, and copy of list. So copy of list is basically to preserve like the original copy because we don't want to lose the order that we have the books in. So if I entered like Harry Potter first and then Tiger's Curse, so if I say that I want to view the books, then there shouldn't be any difference in how I entered it. But then when we want to sort by author or title, then like it's not going to be the exact same order, which is why we need to preserve like the original copy. So that's why we have copy of list. And then we have book is equal to title, name, and author, and new list append book. And after this we have already gone through, it's just to run it.